Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So, into this particular video, I'm going to start out a new data structure, and that's your arrays, right? So, these are one of the very special types of the data structures because further into your algorithms and the data structures and the algorithms further what will be like seeing about your sorting, searching, and all those stuffs. So yeah, arrays and these lists and all these things are really like very important for you to understand because these concepts, the functions for these are really very used out further, right? So I'll be discussing in all of those respective things with you into this particular video. Let's get started up here very quickly. So first of all, if I talk in about what are arrays, so let me just put a comment here. Arrays, right? If we talk in that, what are the arrays? So arrays are a type of a container, right, which can hold in the values for you, right, which can hold in up a fixed number of items. Let's say I am having up, I will say 5 numbers, right? So I'll be making up an array which can store up only 5 numbers. So that is sort of a fixed amount of numbers, so fixed amount of items could be added in up over there, right? And one thing which should be followed up here into the arrays is that it should be of same data type. Right? It should be of same data type. Different data types are not allowed. So it's important for you to make sure that whenever you are making declaring up the arrays, right? First of all, you are having up a fixed number of items which you need to put in the array, and secondly, those all items should belong to a same data type. It's not like that one is integer, other is float, third is a string. You will get in errors over there. Okay, that's one thing which you have to make sure about arrays, and that is actually what's the basic difference between your list and between your arrays. I'll be covering that in detail in a further video, so I'll just not talk about that a lot of over here. But yeah, there are slight some differences between both of them also. We'll categorize them further. Okay, great. That is one. And yeah, as I told you, most of the algorithms are used that in there we just use in the arrays only. We try to take those, and with the help of that only we just try to build in up the further programs or the further things. Right, now there are two things in our array which is very important for all of us to understand. First thing, that is termed as your element, and the second thing is termed as your index. Index I have talked a lot into my previous videos in the strings, so I have taken up a special video over the indexing, that how the indexing is done, left, right, right, left, top, down, down, up, everything I have taken up over there, right? But elements I haven't talked it up previously because this is the first time we are getting introduced to the elements in the arrays only. Fine. Now what are these elements? I'll be talking about that first of all. So see, each and every item which we have stored up in an array, that is known as an element. Right, so further, if I at some place, if I say that okay, let's say this is the element or that is the element, so don't get confused at that particular place, because whatsoever the respective items you are going to store up into your arrays, those actually will become as your elements. Fine. So either I say items or either I say elements, those are both the same thing. It's just that the matter of in list we used to say items, here we'll be saying the elements. Okay, and index is about each and every number which is stored up into your index. Those will have a respective position. That position is termed as your index. Index are of two types: positive indexing, negative indexing. Positive starts from 0, negative starts from -1. Right, that is what's the very basic info about your indexing also, right? Now, how to represent upon array, that I'll talk to you here. Representation. One second, like this, fine. So representation is that very simple. You're just making these curly brackets, and inside these curly brackets you can make up your array over here, right? So again, you can just set up your arrays, or not like that. You can just simply set up in the these large brackets. That's the way how do we just do up over here in the I'll say Python. Fine. So again has its own different ways of representing up the arrays also. Python is having these large brackets, open and close. That's the thing which is being done up over there. And other thing, I told you indexing starts from 0, right? So now we have to define in the length of the array also. Okay, many times you will be required, you will be asked up to define the length of an array. I'll just write that. Length of an array. That's one thing which many times is asked. So let's say you have defined in the length of the array as 10. Okay, so it will stop at 10 only. You can store only and only to 10 elements. Okay, it's not like that you can keep storing and storing up the elements and these will get stored somewhere. So no, that's not the case in the arrays. If I have defined the length as 20, so only 20 elements I can store up into that array, not 21, not 22, nothing like that I can do. I can store less elements, 19, 18, 17 I can store, rest will be empty, but extra or more I can't store in an array. Okay, that's other thing. And for accessing up any elements into the arrays, you need to require up the indexing or the position. With the help of the index only, you will be able to access up the elements in your array. Without indexing, you can't do up that respective thing. Fine. That is what we have over here. Now there are some 5 functions which are very common in arrays that I'll discuss with you over here. So the number 1 function which I have is traverse, right? So traverse is first of my function. So what it does, it helps you to point up all the elements one by one, right? All the array elements whatsoever you are having, it will help you to point all of those one by one. Okay? Traverse. Insertion. Insertion, this is the second operation. So insertion means that you need to add up any element at the respective given index. Let's say at the 4th index I want to add up a element over there. So in that particular case insertion works out. Okay? Next is we are having deletion. So deletion means that like you need to delete up any respective element at a given index. Let's say you're having up an index as 6 or 7, right? So at that particular index you can delete up. If you want to delete any element, you can do that with the help of the deletion thing, right? Next we have the search. So search, it is an element which is actually uses the given index by the value. So if you want to search up any particular value or any particular index, so yeah, the search function helps you out over there. And now last but not the least, we have the update function. So this update function helps any element of the given index to like update or to change up a value at that particular place. So these are 5 very common functions which we have up over here in the arrays, right? Now talking about the practicals for these, I'll be covering up into those next videos. So I hope you got in a clear idea about what are arrays, how are those a little different from lists and representations, length, indexing, element, the functions, everything. I hope I'm very much clear with those respective things. Now I'll see you all in a next video with the practical implementation of these functions. So if you enjoyed the video, do like the video, do share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe out my channel. We'll see you there in the next video.